There are many reasons to reject evolution. We'll cover three today. First, let's clarify the difference between macroevolution and microevolution. Macroevolution is major evolutionary change over time. Simply put, the molecules to man theory. Microevolution is changes within a species or small group of organisms. Obviously, we see variations in microevolution between the different beak, sizes, and shapes of Darwin's finches. But what's in question is, did all life have a common ancestor? Here are three reasons why macroevolution should be rejected. Number one, evolution is mathematically impossible. Okay, technically the term should be highly unlikely, but the odds of evolution actually occurring are beyond our capacity to even calculate, so impossible fits the bill. Let's take an example from Stephen C. Meyer's excellent book, Return of the God Hypothesis, where he says, quote, "The probability of producing a single functional protein of modest length, 150 amino acids, by chance alone in a prebiotic environment stands at no better than a vanishingly small 1 chance in 10 to the 164th power, an inconceivably small probability. To put this number in perspective, recall that physicists estimate that there are only 10 to the 80th power of elementary particles in the entire universe." Now, keep in mind that is not the odds of evolution being true by chance. That is the odds of one single protein fold being arranged in the right order to be functional. A single protein is an insignificant fraction of what is needed for life, but it's already shown mathematically the absurdity of accepting evolution coming about by chance. Reason number two. Self-organization is not a viable alternative. Because evolution coming about by random chance is not viable, chemical evolutionary theorist Dean Kenyon proposed that laws of some sort may have caused the information in DNA and proteins. Stephen C. Meyer summarizes the view by writing, "Proponents of such self-organizational models suggested that simple chemicals might possess properties capable of organizing the constituent parts of proteins, DNA, and RNA into the specific arrangements they now possess. The basic idea is that all the pieces of DNA somehow were able to put themselves into the perfect positions against all odds." Meyer goes on to explain that even Kenyon himself recognized this idea doesn't explain the information in DNA. Meyer uses the analogy that magnetic letters can be combined, broken up, rearranged, and reconnected in any order. The same is true with the four bases in DNA. A's, T's, G's, and C's can connect to any site on the DNA backbone. So with the chance and self-organization views both failing, we must move now to reason number three. Specified, complex information only comes from a mind. Specified complexity is not just order in DNA, but functional DNA and proteins. An example will help demonstrate specified complexity. Here's the difference between complexity and specified complexity. If I type out this below sequence of letters, it's complex. Compare that string of letters with the sentence, "I enjoy drinking coffee in the morning." Our coffee example not only has complexity, but specified or functional complexity. It has meaning and actually communicates something. In all of our experience, when there's a message, there's a mind behind it. Richard Dawkins said, "The machine code of the genes is uncannily computer-like." Bill Gates said, "DNA is like a computer program." If a computer science professor told you that a computer program just came into existence by chance alone, or that there was a mysterious law that made the program work so well, you would probably laugh your way out of that class. But the difference between a computer code and DNA is that DNA is far more sophisticated, complex, and impressive. If I told you that The Cat in the Hat didn't have an author, but actually formed from a pile of paper and ink into the right order of letters, words, sentences, pages to form a cohesive story, you'd be right on in saying that's absurd. Applying the same logic, reasoning, and repeated experience, let's take a look at a single example in biology. A single-celled organism called an amoeba has as much information as 1,000 complete sets of Encyclopedia Britannica. There is no such thing as simple life. If it's so absurd to think that a small children's book could not even possibly have been produced by an explosion in a printing shop, why is it that we believe and teach a much more absurd fairy tale to our children? Intelligent design is the best explanation of the vibrant life we see on our planet. All of our experience tells us that specified information always comes from intelligence.